So I've had a lot of questions about the setup of my classroom. And what does it mean to have a self-paced classroom? A self-paced classroom is a classroom in which students are working on the lesson that they are on. In a traditional classroom, the teacher would come in and they would teach the daily lesson, and all students were expected to be on that lesson, whether they had missed school, if they had missed a day of instruction, if they needed to review instruction. Some students would like to move faster, some students would like to move slower. And this lends a classroom that ends up being kind of boring or overwhelming for some students. So, a self paced classroom is one in which all students are individually at their own place of learning. There is a target pacing for the lesson that on target students should be on or around. And that is just to help everybody know what on target and completing all of the work is going to look like. Some students can work ahead. There will be opportunities for enrichment for certain lessons for students that would like to work ahead or would like more information. These will be called aspire to do. Must do lessons are ones that everybody must do. There are should do lessons which go with each of the lessons, and then there are aspire to do activities. So these are things in the classroom that are designed to enrich the student learning experience, but are not must do. You can get through the class, you can get a good grade in the class without doing those assignments. So in Canvas, in the modules, I've just now gotten to a point because everything is new this year where I am starting to work ahead. So when you open up a Canvas module, you'll see that there are lessons and each lesson has a number. There is a date for each lesson, and that is your on target date. That's not where you're at, then that's okay. Everybody is at their own pace. So you go through the lessons in order, and that's really important because if you come to class and you try to do the lesson of today and you have not done the other lessons, it's not going to make sense to you. Then the class becomes overwhelming and you become frustrated. If you needed to review a class, you didn't master a lesson, you did a lesson, but you rushed through it or you didn't understand it, we need to go back so that you do understand that lesson before you move on. And that's okay. That's just part of that learning process. So when you open up your modules, they do go in order and the lessons go in order. You do have some lessons that don't have a number. Those are usually reviews and quizzes, and you can see where they fall in the lesson category. But the lessons themselves are all numbered. Unit 2 for this semester is posted, and it is posted ahead. And so you can't take the quiz early. We will do an in-class review. But when you come to my class, we're not going to be doing a lecture with notes and the expectation that everybody is on the same pace because they're not. Everybody is on their own individual learning, and that's okay. And that's why we're using the tracking charts. So the tracking charts, when you open these up, these are not designed to show everybody your grades or these are not designed so that to embarrass you. They're only designed to help you keep track of what your lesson is. Where are you at? And so they're going to be different for each individual student. I'll show you the tracking chart for Unit 1 that is completed for a course. In a normal self-paced classroom, we would change the seating chart every day, and you would sit with other students that are on your lesson. So you can see just from glancing at this that some students are all the way through lesson 9, and these students would be working in the kitchen or on a project or on activities for enrichment. Other students that, we have a student that's on lesson 4, and that's okay. That's where they're at, and that's what's important to note. It's all about working at your own pace and being where you're at, and that is why it's important that everybody has their own earbuds and their headphones so that they can watch their own individual lesson at a time. So that's what a self-paced classroom looks like. That is the benefit of a self-paced classroom. There are some things that are done in class together, but ultimately, the class is your own class experience. College classes have been set up like this for a long time, and so this is how I set up my class, as a self-paced classroom.